across the city, and you could have a bike team or a bike club that does things like Tour de Nash. So on the education side, a lot of businesses that are bike friendly will offer classes or partner with groups to offer classes, and they might even have a certified instructor on their staff. Not hired to be an instructor, but someone who happens to be an instructor that can help out with that sort of thing. They also will have education materials available, so that's like maps and sort of things that show kind of safe routes to get to work or to areas nearby during the day. And another really important aspect is evaluation that people can forget about a little bit. And so the League of American Bicyclists really likes to see somebody be a bike coordinator. Now, that doesn't mean that they need to be paid full-time or even part-time. It can be a volunteer position, just someone who's kind of, who's watching to see how the program is doing. So you want to be able to have that person collect data and set goals and be able to just see, you want to know if people are biking to work, to know if you're bike friendly or not. If you don't know people are biking to work, you're not sure if you're bike friendly. What are the big benefits to just being bike friendly in general outside of the application? So big thing is health. When you sit in your car and you drive for 30 minutes, it's a stressor. You're not getting any exercise, and you're making your knuckles white, and you're upset, especially in Nashville. I know even on the way here from Vanderbilt, I drove, unfortunately, because I didn't know how to get here, and I think that was the right case because I got lost on the way here. But I got stuck at a light because someone was turning to the left, and it was so frustrating, and they couldn't figure out how to turn right. But that's not exercise. That's not promoting health. In fact, that's bad for your health to be stressed like that. Biking in a lot of ways is the opposite. You're working up your heart rate. You're having more fun. It's way more fun to ride a bike than to drive a car in traffic. Now, the difference how fast you're going. So health benefits are huge, and that you can create programs around that. You can create that sense of community. You can have people compete against each other for how many miles they're getting. I know our office keeps track of how many miles we ride every week, and you build that sense of camaraderie around that. Nobody has a program where they count how many miles they ride on their car, and people compete how many miles they go to work or how long it took for them to get to work in their car every day. Those kind of programs don't exist. Another big thing is reducing your business's environmental footprint. So that is both from the employee side, you've got less people driving to work, and from the customer standpoint. So it depends on the kind of business, of course. But you've got, a retail business is going to have a lot of vehicles in and out all day long. And encouraging biking, making that more accessible for them can really help reduce that carbon footprint and promote sustainability and make your business look more sustainable. And piggybacking off of that can help bring in new customers, that can help bring in better employees. People are, you don't see people looking for car-friendly businesses like you do looking for bike-friendly businesses. Because most businesses are car-friendly. That's not a certification that people look for. Oh, that's a car-friendly business. But bike-friendly businesses are still not the norm. And so when you've got people who care about riding a bike, who are looking for alternative modes of transportation, they might be a little more interested in your business if you run that extra mile on your bike and done your homework. So a few other tips for the application: don't cheat. Check the boxes accurately. If the great part about the application itself is the league actually gives you personalized feedback. So it's not just like a number score or something that you might expect. They actually give you notes on how you can improve and maybe where two things aren't really syncing up, and maybe you can make that fit together better. And if you say, well, we'll check this box if we're going to get it accomplished by next year, that doesn't let them give you the right advice. And you can always apply next time, and if you don't tell them the truth, they can't help you. They can't help you get there. And if you forget that you lied on your next application, then that looks silly because of course they keep those applications. If you're doing something cool that's not listed, they have sections where you can add that in. I wrote them down. In section E, there's a spot where they have like categories that don't fit anywhere else. And in the final overview, they actually let you write stuff in too. So if you're doing something that's not on the application, they still can take that into consideration, which again is the cool part about the program because it really is really flexible and they really try and cater it to each individual business. It's not just a score that they give you back. And don't be shy about your weaknesses. That kind of piggybacks off the tell the truth. But recognizing those weaknesses is how you make your business actually more bike friendly. If you just say your business is more bike friendly, that's not going to get the customers like actually being bike friendly. If you say you have good bike parking, but really that means you're going to have good bike parking next season, that doesn't get the customers or that doesn't attract the employees when they're interviewing or that sort of thing. Vanderbilt, Katie mentioned, we applied for the October 1st deadline. Just got our results back early last week, and one of the cool aspects about getting personalized feedback is you can actually improve upon that quickly. So we actually formed a bicycle and pedestrian advocacy committee at Vanderbilt, which is going to really help our next application, identifying stuff, and it's a checkbox just by itself. But another big thing that doing the application really showed us is how terrible our covered parking is. We have parking at every building, pretty close to every building, and it's enough parking at just about every building. But there's no covered parking at all, and that means that a lot of it is residences. So when I have my bike out there for every night for the entire 2 semesters, that's a lot of rain, that's a lot of sun, that's a lot of ice. Last February, when we even canceled class, it was outside. There's nowhere to put it inside. And so that's something that filling out this application has really made us realize is that that's something that we're missing, and that can help us improve. So the next big date for the applications is called the winter deadline, and that's December 15th. So that has there's a fee to pay that is scaled on how many employees you have, but that the application typically you want to take a few hours to be able to work through it all. Some of the stuff you might have to gather a little bit of information depending on how familiar you are with the overall business. But the turnaround time is quick. The turnaround time is early February, so in a month and a half, and you can be certified. And a lot of new businesses don't necessarily even come in at bronze. Some come in at silver. Not come in higher than that, but that's just because you don't really know what's going on yet. So I don't know. Is this time to ask for questions?
We'll do that. We'll do questions at the end. Thanks, Jacob.